Hey everybody, welcome to the Hurdyburg Internet Broadcast Network. We want to welcome you to the state-of-the-art studios right here in Round Rock, Texas. And today I am with Melinda from Power Consulting and Search, located in the Austin, Texas area. And Melinda, say hi.
Hi, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having
And
me.
this is like her, well, she's what we call a be back. She's come back to update us on several things going on in her business, which is executive. Finish my statement.
Executive search and business consulting.
And she has a lot to talk about, lots of updates. There's been some changes to the website. But most of all, I wanted to ask you, what does it feel like to come back to the Hurdyburg Broadcast Network show?
It's exciting because I remember when I was first here quite a number of years ago, I'd never been on a radio show before, and I know we were on it for an hour, and it was an incredible experience. So I'm so glad to be invited back to review how business has been. But thank you so much for the opportunity.
You're welcome. And the fun thing is, Melinda, is that a lot's changed on this side of the radio show because now we're going to give your webmaster a cool link and some embed code that you can share anywhere. I host it all. I have sponsors that pay for all the shows. So all you have to do is just put it out there to your listening audience, which I know you have no friends at all, and like a couple thousand people. So, well, anyhow, so catch us up a little bit. You're. I don't want to get into the website yet, but catch us up on what's going on with you.
Well, personally, probably one of the biggest things that have happened since I was last here is I became a US citizen.
Wow.
I'm one of
You
you.
mean you boycotted New Zealand? New Zealand?
I just can't get the
Little
accent
little
right.
far to travel back and forth all the time, or is it just why did you do that?
You know what? I've been here a very long time, more than 10 years, and it's funny. I didn't want to go through the motions of becoming a US citizen until I actually felt something for the flag. And then
Ah,
one day when I was at a ceremony, I just felt it, just like I would the New Zealand flag. And that was really new to me. And I felt quite patriotic. And of course, I built so many friends and colleagues, etc., in the communities, not only here in Texas, but nationally. So something inside of me just told me it was time.
and the cool thing about that is you've been here for how many years now, though?
More than 10.
More than 10, but
Yes,
you went through the front door, did it right, got your citizenship,
I
and this
did.
happened recently. So congratulations, you're now fully. You can vote U.S. citizen. That's cool.
Exactly. I was
Isn't that
very
cool?
excited. I'm
All sorts
very
of cool
excited.
privileges that go with doing it in there, doing it right, as
And
we say.
also, it just opened doors to do work with federal and do work with state and do
That's what
work
I'm
with the
saying. The
military.
door's open.
It's
You can do anything
fantastic.
you want.
The highlight of the experience was the oath ceremony, the naturalization oath ceremony was
Right.
actually in the stadium in the museum, very large museum down in San Antonio. And USCIS immigration, they called me and asked me about 48 hours before the ceremony, would I be the guest speaker? And I was humbled. I mean, it was an amazing to be asked. And also, there were 250 people plus getting their, citizenship and certificates. I'd like to read it to you if that's okay. You'll
Yep.
learn more
Yep.
about
Yep.
me by, I believe, sharing my speech with you.
Please do.
Well, at the time, it was actually broadcasted, live streamed nationally and internationally, the whole ceremony. So I got interviewed while I was there, which is really great. And just before I was invited to the podium to speak, they had these amazing, heart moving video on about all the people that had passed before us in keeping the freedom of America. And it was very moving.
That's
So by the
pretty
time
cool.
I got to the podium, I was
Were you already
a
bawling?
little, I was a little emotional actually.
That's awesome.
So I'd like to share that speech with you and anyone that's listening because as I've shared it with colleagues, they have told me that it is something that
Okay.
people should hear about me and learn
Cool.
more about me. Okay, so
I'm
can I
ready.
move
Fire
on?
away.
Okay.
This is an ad lib, have fun show. Go for it.
Fantastic. When I was first asked to speak to you today and share my story about becoming an American citizen, I felt humbled as my story did not feel very exciting as compared to others I had heard. Then I felt honored to have been asked and a little anxious as to what I might say. Then this morning became excited about coming here today for the ceremony and sharing my story with you. So here we go. My name is Melinda Le Compte. My father was French and my mother South African descent. Born and raised in New Zealand, a small country of 3 islands in the Pacific beneath Australia, for those that do not know where the country is. We have about 4 million people. It's 4 million people, 99 million sheep. So we ate a lot of lamb growing up. It was where Lord of the Rings was made. If you have seen that movie, you will know the land is incredibly beautiful. I am often asked why I left such a beautiful country and came to the USA. The short answer is I fell in love with an American in Texas. Unfortunately, our marriage did not last, and I found myself a single mother with 2 great children, alone in California, where we had recently relocated. My son Jay, who I'm very proud of, is with me today and also becoming a citizen. I had to make a choice, go home to New Zealand or try and make it in the USA as a single mother. I chose the latter. The first question was, why did I want to make it? Number one reason was for my children. I did not want to uproot them again after they had already traveled halfway around the world from New Zealand to the USA. They were settled and happy in school. It was good for them to live in another country amongst an array of different cultures. They were safe here. I wanted to lead by example and practice what I always tell them. You are not defined by what you do, but rather define yourself by how well you rise from falling. My marriage may have failed, but it did not mean I had to. I was determined to raise my children to achieve their goals and teach them how to get along independently without me. The second question was, why did I believe I could make it in the USA as a single mother on my own? The number one reason was freedom. Freedom. The USA, to travel anywhere in the US and to make my own decisions. Opportunity. America is truly the land of opportunity. I evaluated my own personal development and growth here. As a woman, I would be able to pursue and accomplish anything that I set my mind to. I could be successful if I worked hard. I embrace the belief system here. Be better and you will do better. Do better and you will be better. America offered the opportunity to be whatever I wanted to do or do whatever I wanted to do. Small businesses. America is founded on small business startups, and I knew I wanted to own my own business. America has a very supportive network to help entrepreneurs start a business. I could learn how to do business here. That was more than 10 years ago. Today, I own my own business, a business consulting and executive search company. My children are pursuing their goals with my continued support. I live in a great community and have wonderful friends. I still love New Zealand, but just love the USA more. I feel a strong sense of loyalty now to the people here. I am happy that America has become my home. I am moved when I look at the American flag. I am reminded that this nation was started by immigrants. I remember always that the flag stands for who we are and what we are. It is truly a privilege to be an American citizen. My mother always said, the right decisions are the easiest ones to make, as you do not need to talk yourself into them. She also said you are only living, so dream big. Anything is possible in the USA.
Awesome. Woohoo. Wow, that's a pretty good speech. Awesome. Good job.
Thank you so much.
So congratulations for being a United States citizen.
Thank you
and welcome
very
to
much.
the fold. Now, questions about since you've been back. I think it's almost been over a year and a half or so since you've been on the show, and I know you've made lots of new changes going on with your business, right?
Yes.
And I think we have right here in the studio, as I mentioned earlier when I was stumped on where we were going with the conversation, I now have the website up and open for you. Okay, so a lot has changed.
Yes,
I'm looking at this right now, Melinda, and I'm seeing from a look and feel standpoint, it looks great. What is it you want to focus on?
Okay, so one of the reasons why the website changed, in particular from when we were here several years ago, we used to have a greenish, lighter colors, but the services we provide are so sharp and at the highest level. I was inspired by the coloring by actually the New Zealand All Blacks, and their jerseys are black with the silver fern on it, and they recently won the World Cup yet again. And they are an incredibly outstanding sports team, and we are an outstanding firm. So I was inspired by the All Blacks and their colouring, and of course the rest of the colours are inspired by the power shell, which is a shellfish down in New Zealand. And playing on the words power, consulting, and search, the PowerShell just seemed to match the whole look and feel of the website. So we certainly are still very good at our executive search and business consulting. You'll notice on the website, Hurdy, that we're now Hub certified in the state of Texas.
I saw the certification on there.
Yep,
Correct.
that's very exciting.
That's
As
cool.
earlier mentioned, we can now do work for the state and also federal and the military, which is really exciting. We're also registered with the state of Texas as a finder, so that was really, really exciting. And our presence in social media has really, really increased as well, as more and more people recommend our firm and give feedback and reviews, etc. So we're very excited. We are growing at a huge rate, which is very good, and that really is attributed to the fact that our consultants are seasoned. They're well versed in the disciplines that they operate in, are proven executives of firms in the past, and their consulting knowledge is at a high level because of their experience. So really excited. Everything that we need to be happening, we are right on track. So super excited about that.
That's awesome. And so you have added a lot of services. The hub certification's awesome, which you didn't have before when you were here. And you've really been expanding the business, which, you're in a really good market here in Austin for sure, right?
Right.
But you recruit all over the United States.
Yes.
And I think that needs to be mentioned, correct?
Yes. The reason why virtual recruiting is now really the most popular way to recruit is after the recession, storefronts closed down. 68% of recruiting firms actually, according to research, closed down, and up in front. And just like I suppose this travel industry, you've got virtual travel agents, where now you have virtual recruiters. So because our executive search consultants are seasoned, they are able to use technology, Google FaceTime, etc., and we're able to interview candidates over the net and also obviously over the phone, and we're able to verify their backgrounds through references, which we've always done, but it's allowed us to recruit anywhere in the USA, and we currently operate fully in 15 different states.
That's awesome. So the fact that this has gone more virtual makes it lean and mean, makes it easier for both the recruit and the recruiter to communicate. You can do so much of this now without having that big office space and running people through. So
very efficient, very efficient. When we do consulting, that is always on location of the client.
Right.
So our consulting services, I would say 90% are done in Texas.
And how about on the other side of that coin, from the recruiting and the staffing standpoint, what about the small business consulting? Where do you guys, you work directly with businesses on assessments, right? You do that on site?
Yes. So small business consulting, the definition of small business to us is a firm that's 40 million or less. I know other organizations define it as 25 million.
That's all.
25 mil or less. That's too funny.
Shucks, I'm out.
So we find that that's where the biggest impact is.
Okay.
Is that size firm. We're able to work directly with the owners and I suppose the executive level team, and be able to make change quickly and as needed. Because as with power consulting and search go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
When you do consulting, when there's a change to be made, almost always that involves a change of a person. So hence our recruiting efforts often come out of our consulting assignments.
So we're going to wrap it up, because I know you didn't want to spend too much time on this today, but any parting thoughts for our listening audience, or your listening audience, as I should say?
Well, I would like to thank all those people that are continuously our referral partners, which I'm very excited about that has grown. I would also thank our executive search consultants that work very, very hard and are very dedicated to the firm. And I am excited at the continued growth and support that we have received. So very excited in everything that we do now. It's really great. And thank you, Hurdy, for having us on the show again. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome. And we want to thank you guys. Melinda, you've been a great guest for a Be Back. Thank you for filling us in on the recruiting side, the business consulting side. Congratulations on becoming a U.S. citizen. And she gets applause for that. And we're going to wrap up. You guys have been listening to the Hurdyburg Internet Broadcast Network, and Melinda will have this on demand for you guys to listen to on our website. So if you missed it, she'll be sharing it out to you folks who didn't catch us live tonight on
And our
show.
website.
And our website, it will be linked on there. But if you want to, you can write down powerconsultingandsearch.com. Go check it out. Melinda would be more than happy to talk to you. So you guys have a great day. We'll see you around the corner next Tuesday night. This has been the Hurdyburg Internet Broadcast Network. Good night.